I think, since time immemorial, human beings have traveled first for sustenance, then for trade and commerce, after survival, and eventually to expand our horizons and explore. And a good friend of mine is Pico Iyer. He's a writer who writes about travel as well. I love he's written many wonderful things about travel, including that, we first travel to lose ourselves and we travel next to find ourselves. And I believe, for myself, having a unique opportunity for a scholarship to live in Japan for a summer and do a homestay, that travel experience halfway around the world that made me step outside of my own culture and experience really exploded the aperture on life. And when I think about that, you don't have to go halfway around the world. You can explore across town. There are different cultures, subcultures, there are different places, foods, experiences to learn about and expand ourselves. And I think in a world that's more fractured than ever, the ability to travel and see life in ways that expand yourself and see it through somebody else's lens and walk in their shoes, so to speak, actually, I think builds bridges instead of erecting walls that I'm hopeful longer term lead to less fracture and greater coming together and recognizing that we're all human and we may have different ways of approaching life or slightly different methods that may seem foreign or different, but ultimately we're all the same. And I'm wearing red, white, and blue. We're recording this around July 4th, the 250 anniversary of the United States of America. There's no guarantee that our experiment in democracy and capitalism and all the things we're doing, and it's not perfect, but I think much like travel, what I love about this industry is we're all aspiring to create these environments, to give people memories, to give them joy, to help them expand themselves. And sometimes even when they're at the worst stage of life, to give them comfort, to give them solace, whatever it is, whether it's professionally to being our best selves or personally with our family. That's what I love. We're not curing cancer, I say. So it's also, okay, take a deep breath. And while, perfection is something that's always a North Star one aspires to, but never achieves, being perfectly imperfect, I think, in what we do at Forbes Travel Guide, helping support the industry, support their guests, and doing the best we can to make that as exceptional and personal as possible is something that just excites me as a human being and gets me going in the morning. That could be the dog pedigree too. It's always possible. That's just, part of it. I do sometimes chase trucks inexplicably.
Maybe not trucks, but planes. As much as you
For
travel,
sure.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
you were chasing all sorts of travel vehicles all around the world.
Yeah.
Stuart, thank you for sharing
Mm.
that. We are one of the small group of people, but growing group that have lived and experienced different cultures. And as I have said, travel really facilitate people being able to experience the culture rather than just looking at it on our screens or whatever the case might be. At the end of the day, human beings yearn to learn new things. And we are all the same. We cry about the same
Mhm.
things. We laugh about the same things. But in our DNA, what we don't know scares us. As more people travel, I think it gets better and better. And I'm much like yourself, I'm a big believer in this sector.